say anything. It's all over. Everything. Albedo! Damn it!
Oh, let me just interrupt here. So, hello everyone, we are still playing Saga Episode 1. And this is an unsettling introduction to this episode, I will admit. Now, there were a few parts in that preceding cutscene that I wanted, well, the preceding part of the current cutscene, that is to say, I wanted to point out specifically. The rain. If you remember from the introduction, when that monolith, the SOR, appeared at Lake Turkana, it shot up a beam of light into the sky, right? And then it started to rain. I kind of wonder. Well, I haven't thought of a good answer as to how that could be relevant, but I suspect the rain in the introduction and the rain we saw here during Little Master's dream is caused by the same thing, more or less. Now, I do not know the exact implications of that, because what happened during Little Master's dream there, we will revisit in the introduction to, well, the tutorial dungeon, really, of episode 2, Age Insights from Gut und Böse. Yes, I memorized it. And I think the end of the mid-game in episode 3, also Sprach Zarathustra. And if you play the one, by the way, and you have any passing interest in Richard Strauss, you will also memorize that title, or effing else. Well, anyway, I think I waffled on for now. Just stick that in the back of your head, stick a pin in it, but whatever it is you want to do. Let's get some more glory shots of the Durandal.
What is this place? The environmental controls here seem extremely strict.
They're so big. 6 to each side, with one directly across.
13 in all. Looks like each block has a name inscribed on it.
You've got great eyesight. Let's see. Peter, Andrew, Boanerges, Thomas, John,
Philip, Matthew, Bartholomew, James, Thaddeus, Simon, Judas.
and the last one?
It appears to say Marian Kind.
Marian Kind.
And I want to make an interruption here as well. Marian Kind. For those who don't know your German, it basically translates to Child of Mary. And in Christian mythology, that is this Mary Magdalene. Maria Magdalena is, as we know her in Swedish. Those who know of her at all. apparently she... Well, I don't remember very well, but I think she's supposed to have been some manner of prostitute, and she hung around Jesus, and well, let's just say there are rumors. And Marian Kind, we can presume to be the child of Jesus. Who is then, the names of the other Zoars there, for those, again, who don't know their Christian mythology, and to be honest, I don't know half as much of it as I should, in order to discuss story parts in this game with any degree of authority. But the names of these Zoars, the Zoar containers probably, Zoar emulator containers, sorry, are Jesus' 12 apostles, and Marian Kind being the 13th. I suddenly don't know where I was going with that, because I thought there would possibly be a link to the vessels of anima that we will be very interested in episode 2 and 3. Well, I guess it would make more sense if you knew more about the apostles themselves than I do. Okay, well, let's carry on. There's a lot of creepy stuff going on here, so let's just get right on that.
I think I've heard that somewhere.
It means the child of Mary.
This is where we store all the really dangerous items. Stuff like this.
Zohars!
Actually, they're all emulators. And they've all been sealed, including the one we just retrieved.
Why are these Zohars here?
Well, our corporation does dabble a little in everything. Besides, these days, you can't get by without having something to deal with the Gnosis. And we definitely can't wait around for the Federation to get off its lazy butt.
What's in the room across from here?
Nothing pleasant, I'll tell you that much.
You're not going to show us?
Trust me, it ain't something you'd want to see.
Even if we were to consider the diversity of your businesses, you're still a Foundation, right? I mean, the weaponry on this ship far outclass those on any warship. Who are you people, anyway?
We were more or less a government organization previously. Well, I guess if you want to see it that badly.
Oh yeah, this bit is a bit disturbing. And reminiscent of Xenogears, some parts of it.
What is this?
I warned you. You weren't gonna like it, didn't I?
All of these specimens appear to be humans whose bodies turned into Gnosis.
Transformed bodies. I've only heard of them before.
Most people just turn white and shatter to pieces. But there are a few exceptions, and they end up like this. We've named this one Betty for now. It's hard to look straight at them, but I don't want to refer to them by some code name or number. It's just not right to treat the dead like mere objects.
Is that a lady?
She was a little girl, the last time we saw her.
People turning into Gnosis? Have you learned anything about them?
Not much. Plenty of Gnosis remains have been recovered to date, but nobody's learned a thing from them. You know what they're composed of?
No.
Sodium chloride. Plain old salt. Even their translucent bodies. They're mostly made up of water and sodium hydroxide. How can ordinary compounds like that form creatures like them? No one really knows why those who survive Gnosis encounters always turn into one of them. Some people think they're a new type of virus. Others say they're beings from another dimension who take on temporary forms in this one.
Always? No exceptions?
Nope. Not as far as I know.
So they could be from another dimension? Wouldn't that mean that their true forms might exist somewhere else?
Who knows? All that's certain is that they're hostile to humans. Not that such a sentiment is unique to them.
Chief, is something wrong? You don't look so good.
Huh? No, don't worry. It's nothing. So when did this all begin?
Unofficially, phenomena like this have been occurring periodically over the past few centuries. But after a certain incident, the Gnosis leapt into the forefront of history.
A certain incident?
The Miltian conflict. Joachim Mizrahi. It was he who opened Pandora's box and unleashed the Gnosis upon the galaxy. And we're all paying for his ambition.
Joachim Mizrahi, the brilliant scientist who founded the UTIC organization.
Brilliant? He was a lunatic. Unable to bear his curiosity, he invited the Gnosis into our world.
Lunatic?
The Foundation was established after the war by the newly formed Second Miltian government to clean up and investigate the facts behind the incident. Technically, that's our real job. Problem is, the funding's tight in peacetime. On top of that, running the Foundation takes a staggering amount of money, and the management of these Zohars ain't cheap either. So, we ended up privatizing part of our operations and became a Foundation. We never imagined that some of our side businesses would hit it so big, though.
Daddy wasn't like that.
Well, how about all that? So, before we proceed with anything, I just want to discuss a few more things in there. I personally, I personally once had a fan theory that Betsy or whatever Junior called the used to be a young girl that they had an attack back there, half transformed into Gnosis. That this would be Kevin's mother, Kevin Winnicott. Why I would think that? Well, I refer you to the introduction for episode 3, which will be coming just not anytime soon, regrettably. Now, Shion was preoccupied in there because she, of course, had been touched by a Gnosis. We saw that in the flashback. So she thinks she will also transform into a Gnosis, much like Commander Cherenkov. Now, there is one other aspect about the Gnosis that they reveal. Well, I wouldn't say reveal really, but Chaos muses on that in episode 3. I don't know if he knows that is the case, as we will see. Chaos isn't quite as normal as the rest of the team, and we currently have whatever the hell Shion is. We have the cyborg there that wants to become a full robot in Ziggy. Junior, as we will learn is technically a bioweapon, and Momo is like a Blade Runner style replicant. Cosmos is, you know, government secret, military grade android designed to fight ghosts made of sodium chloride and sodium hydroxide. Hey, he even stands out among that crowd. But anyway, the thing about Gnosis is they will be speculated to, well, at least speculated, maybe outright stated even, to be spirits who reject reality. Sort of like flat earthers, to be churlish. But I suppose we can leave that alone. Well, that's not really the point of this channel or this Let's Play series. But then also consider Shion's role in the story as we see it when we get to the mid-game of episode 3. If you're coming into this new, it is a very big reveal, and I don't want to well, blow that load on you too soon. I'm sorry about that imagery. Just, you know, a lot of stuff happens in episode 3. And Shion is in the thick of, well, not quite all of it, but quite a lot. Alright. Let's carry on with the game. Oh, and maybe say hello to you. Oh, wow, look at that. It's been 20 minutes already. Yeah. Joachim Mizrahi. Well, just go along with him being a bit of a mad genius for now. He will have something of a redemption arc in episode 3. But as we will see, Momo's impression of Joachim Mizrahi is that he's a warm and familial guy. This nice man wanted to do the best for her, and to hear him spoken of like Junior did before, I mean, that'll hurt. Yeah, thank you, game. I think you've established what our next mission objective is. Oh, it's going on that level. Okay. Let's see, that is... that one. Just that name I needed to adjust. This one is also missable, apparently. As we come here, we need to follow the blue carpet here. Judging by the walkthrough, it should be possible to walk behind them. If we do, we will miss this email, which is kind of important. Ah, yes, the code disarm key plugin. This is critical for the Snake Charmer email chain. Let's just download that right now. Let's see, how much money do I have? I have not a lot. That's unfortunate. Yeah, so these are our navigation options. There's a dock, there's a residential area, there's a bridge, there's a hangar, there's a park, and we are right now at the isolation area. We will have very little business here. The remainder of the game. You can sort of also see a rough map of the place here. You can see how it says Zohar there at the red icon. Dock 1 above that. We parked below. Can't quite make out the others. Oh, okay, we have to visit all the places. Yeah, we need to find Momo last. So, you know, the hindsight of the walkthrough being not perfect now. We know that Momo is in the park. Okay. Oh, hey, that's the Elsa. Yeah, we should go there and sell off a bunch of stuff. Ah, right. Good thinking. The walkthrough reminds us that we need to have 6,000 monies very soon. Well then. Should probably have thought of that before. Yes. That'll be glorious when we combine it with the accessory that gives us 2 circle button pushes per turn. That's not gonna happen soon though. Yes, I am selling these. Well, drat. I don't use frame repairs a lot, actually, so I could probably sell those. That's a thing I probably should have tried first. Okay. Now that I have 7,000, we should be well and truly covered. And how am I doing for time? About time to end the episode anyway. Okay, see you in the next one.